Hi, everybody, and thank you, Joanna. It's a thrill to be here and to see so many great people here. Now, happily, I have almost my whole family here also. There's my son, William Lauder, and sitting to his right is Aaron Lauder, and to his left is Jane Lauder. Now, each one of them is a wonderful person, and I've learned a lot from them. Now, I've learned a lot from my son, William. When he was about 5 or 6, I'm not 6, I believe, he had a lemonade stand on the corner of Madison Avenue and 86th Street. And just at the beginning of the summer. And it was, I think, 5 or 10 cents a glass. And so a man came and said, here's $1, do you have change? And William said, we don't give change. And then the man said, will you be here tomorrow? He said, no, we're going to the south of France tomorrow. There, I've just told you our entire family history. I needed that laugh. Well, listen, Joanna, thank you. Thank you to all, and congratulations to our other honorees. You are all great people in your own right, and many, many, many more. So happy to be here and to honor Jane. Where is Jane there? When she married her husband Cliff in 2003, he came with 2 young sons, Sam and Isaac. We're right here. And sitting between them and Jane is her husband Cliff, Dr. Clifford Hudis. Jane always talks about them, and she always refers to them as her sons. And that's really important. We're living in the age now when so many people are getting divorced. And one of the things that so impacted me once, I was speaking to a lady who was married to a friend of mine who was French, and she was Swiss, and we're talking about his children. I said, well, have you seen them? She said, no. They're his children. I never forgot that. Never, ever. And when Jane referred to Sam and Isaac as her children, she made the greatest impression in the world to me. Okay? I remember when Sam and Isaac were in summer camp. And I think it was French Woods, and we were all there. I remember you when you were wearing shorts. Now, I can't go on without saying a nice thing about the co-honorees. Kate Oldham, where's Judy? And Judy Schmeling, and Kendra Scott. All 3 of you women deserve being here. And by your being here today, and all of you being here today, we're here to pay honor to mothers and people who are mothers because of marriages or whatever it is. I learned from all of you. My new wife, Judy, who we are in the 2.5 year of our marriage, I've known for 35 years, she came with 16 grandchildren. They are my grandchildren, too, and they are our grandchildren. Now, my advice to some of you who are in second marriages or something like that, the only way I can really convince Judy to come with me somewhere, and I said, oh, I'm going to see my son in such and such a place. not this son, her son. I'm coming with you. Fine. We all love families. And as you know, the strength of this nation is having families. And when you have a family, you have strength, you have the glue that keeps you together. That's what all of you represent. Now, let me talk to you about Jane Hudis. Jane. She first joined us, when is it, Jane? I can't even read the number. 31 years ago? 31 years ago. If you can imagine. Look, Jane, when Jane comes up here, I want you to look at her face. Jane is responsible for creme de la mer. You're hanging out with one of the biggest salesmen around, kids. So, anyway, we've worked together in doing so many things. Jane started off in, I believe it was, in our Aramis division, and then prescriptives. Then we asked Jane to move to San Francisco, and she headed up prescriptives on the West Coast. She loved it there. They loved her. She came back and then headed up I think it was Donna Karen, and from there to Beauty Bank, and from there to Estee Lauder. It has been a great career, and that career was strengthened with one major thing. It was strengthened because she had a great husband, and sitting to Cliff's right, the two great sons who kept her going. It was always Isaac this and Isaac that, Sam this, Isaac that, Sam this, Sam that. And you'll hear more about them. But Jane is not only an accomplished executive, she is a great mother, a great wife, and a great friend to us all. The fact we heard so much applause and cheering means that she's touched so many of you here as she has touched me. So, all I can say, Jane is the real thing. She is my mother and our mother of the year to Jane Hudis. Oh, thank you. It says here, Outstanding Mother of the Year, 2017.
Thank you, Leonard.
Here.
Sure.
For those of you who don't know us, I'm a good salesman.
Yeah. Thank you, darling. Okay. So a big thank you to Leonard. It is so cool that you're here. I mean, it blows us away. And you are such a super special person in my life. And if there's someone who knows something about outstanding mothers, it's definitely you. I also want to thank Joanna, the National Mother's Day Committee, Thea and Lori, my fellow honorees, Kate, Judy, and Kendra. It's truly an honor to share this amazing day with you. I am so grateful and so humbled to be accepting this award. This is the first time the Outstanding Mother Award is given to a stepmother. And this is so meaningful to me because I never thought of myself as a stepmother. I have always thought of myself as a mother. The difference between me and most mothers is that I didn't meet my children, Sam and Isaac, moments after they were born. I met them 7 and 5 years later when they were sleeping in their bunk beds in their Snoopy sheets. And when I married Cliff, the joke was that Sam and Isaac were my gift with purchase. That's for you. But the truth is, I married 3 people. So here I was, a female beauty executive, joining this fully male household. So I went from Lauder to Lego, and I went from night repair to Nintendo. We skied, we kayaked, we raced cars and trains. And I was the only one in my family that didn't wear a backpack. And in fact, I wouldn't have changed a thing. From day one, and as Leonard mentioned, I was deeply committed to raising my children and to creating a family. To me, that meant always putting my children first. It meant dinner on the table every night and a napkin in your lap. It meant meaningful conversations at those dinners where we talked about geography, politics, homework, and life. And it meant chicken fingers, endless chicken fingers. For me, there is no such thing as balance. I don't even know what that is. But there's always the focus on being in the moment and being there for your children. That's what motherhood means to me. Love comes first. When Cliff and I got engaged, I did not have a Hebrew name. And our rabbi gave me the name Yonah, and Yonah means dove. As a joke, Cliff started calling me Yonah, and to this day, he calls me Yon. And my kids call me Yoni. It's always been Yoni, not a stepmother, Yoni. My children have 3 parents, their mother Linda, their father Cliff, and Yoni. We did and we still do all of the important things together, all of us. Birthdays, school plays, graduations, the good, even the bad, every decision, every milestone. Maybe today this wouldn't be such a big deal, but 16 years ago, let me tell you, we felt like renegade trailblazers. In fact, many of you know this, we all lived in the same building. Different apartments, same building. The 5 of us together were paving a new road, and it's been such a good new road for our children. We were a modern family long before the TV show ever aired. Everyone defines family differently. As an only child, my parents' friends were my aunts and uncles. My parents' friends' kids were my cousins. They were all my family, and they still are. There are so many ways to be a family. Family is what family is to you. My parents taught me that. I was so lucky to be raised by incredibly warm and loving parents. You can raise your hand. Ellen and Morty Hertzmark. I'm so grateful they are both here today, just as wonderful as ever. You gave me unconditional love, and you gave me the desire to pass that love on. I've always loved Sam and Isaac unconditionally, and that has been the greatest joy of my life. The Lauders taught me that too. Leonard, William, Aaron, and Jane, you welcomed me into your family, and you put it out there that family was the most important thing, and you were right. There is nothing that gets this group more excited than an engagement, a wedding, or a baby shower. Trust me. Families come in all shapes and sizes. Families are about love and acceptance. They're about tolerance and appreciation. They are doing the thing that counts and then not counting it. Most of all, they are love without boundaries. As we all know, the world could use more love. And right now, I think we have a responsibility to recognize and celebrate our differences and to form families wherever we can. So many of you are here today because you are truly family to me. You've made my life richer, more meaningful, and for sure, more beautiful. I want to thank you all for this incredibly special acknowledgement today. And to Cliff, Sam, and Isaac, thank you for this amazing journey and all of the love. I love you.